You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6.
Tensions rising along the border. We'll tell you what's happening this week on Capitol Hill involving immigration policies that are separating parents from children.
And the massive erosion on Lido Beach brought a surprise visitor here to the Suncoast to check out the damage.
And an update on a major project in northern Manatee County that includes a grocery store and a new hotel. Good Morning Suncoast starts right now. Hello, early risers. 6 o'clock on Monday, June 18th. I'm Ray Collins.
And I'm Stephanie Webb. Thanks for waking up with us on this hot day. Right, John Scalzi?
Yes, it is. We're starting off on the warm side, and we'll end up today again very warm. We won't break a record. The record for the day, believe it or not, is 100 degrees. Don't see that very often in Sarasota. But we will be in the low to mid 90s again today, well above the average. Not much in the way of any kind of rainfall currently. We will see a few showers, I think, on the drive time home this evening. I'll click the rain box on our drive time forecast just because of those chance of showers near the coastline during the 4, 5, 6 o'clock tonight time frame. Showers over on the other coast, heavy showers, in fact, there, but very little across our region. 77 Mayaca City, Arcadia at 77. Northport comes in at 78 at this hour, 77 in both Sarasota and in Bradenton. Our feels like temperature today probably cracking 103 degrees as we head into the afternoon when the real air temperature climbs up to about 93. We'll have the complete forecast, including even drier air on the way, coming up in just a few. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Our live camera right now is stationed at I-75 and Bee Ridge Road. There's a live look what's going on as you awaken on this Monday morning. Traffic heading eastbound under the overpass right there on Bee Ridge. We'll check back on that camera about every 15 minutes. But first, here are the maps. First off, in Manatee County, nothing major so far. It's awfully early still. 301 in both directions, some congestion there as you cross over State Road 70. Otherwise clear in Manatee County. The northern half of Sarasota County shows some congestion all along the bayfront from the Ringling Bridge south to the 301 junction. Also Bee Ridge Road eastbound as you approach Honoré and Kettleman. And then our final map to the south, we still have an ongoing issue on I-75 at Jacaranda in the northbound lane. There was an accident earlier, still yet to be cleared, but it doesn't look like there's any residual backups based on that map. And also 41 southbound as you drive from Nokomis down toward Venice.
Our top story this morning, to the next step in the immigration debate. The fight continues over separating children and parents who get caught trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border illegally. ABC's Stephanie Ramos reports from Washington.
This morning, an all-out battle brewing over President Trump's controversial policy of separating children from their parents who illegally cross the border. Lawmakers protesting with immigration advocates, even visiting a detention center outside New York City.
We spoke to fathers whose children have been ripped from their arms, who have no idea when or if they will see their children again.
Some lawmakers calling President Trump's zero-tolerance policy inhumane and un-American.
There's no policy justification for this. It's all political.
Today, undocumented immigrants who cross the border illegally are being charged with a criminal offense instead of a civil offense, so their kids are being taken away, even those individuals seeking asylum. Many of the kids seen sleeping on mats at this facility in McAllen, Texas, where families are being held. Trump's former chief strategist, Steve Bannon, pushing the White House agenda on this week.
The morality is the law. They're criminals when they come across. Okay, illegally, and that's why they're getting separated.
But First Lady Melania Trump commenting for the first time publicly on the issue. She believes we need to be a country that follows all laws, but also a country that governs with heart. Even former First Lady Laura Bush blasting the policy, writing an op-ed in the Washington Post. I live in a border state. I appreciate the need to enforce and protect our international boundaries, but this zero-tolerance policy is cruel. It is immoral, and it breaks my heart. President Trump is set to meet with Congress on Tuesday to talk immigration. There are 2 immigration bills that will be heard on the House floor this week. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
New developments now about a shootout that killed 1 person, injured 22 others at an arts festival in Trenton, New Jersey. Investigators say several fights broke out before gunshots were heard. In the chaos, 22 people were injured. 1 was killed. One witness said he could feel the bullets being fired.
You can hear like the shots, you can feel them. Like that was that close to every shot. I could feel it, like the repercussions, whatever you call it.
One of those believed to be firing a gun was this man. He was recently released from prison. He was killed in the melee. Other suspects, this one, he's in stable condition, facing charges. 3 of the 4 critically injured have been upgraded to stable condition. The mayor in Trenton is condemning the attack, calling the violence a public health crisis.
Well, that massive erosion on Lido Beach attracted a surprise visitor here to the Suncoast. U.S. Senator Marco Rubio walked the beach, checking out the damage along with Sarasota city officials. Now, just last week, Sarasota was approved for more than $13 million in federal money for restoration efforts. Sarasota was just one of 9 projects in the state to get that money. Rubio says the erosion on Lido is the worst he's ever seen in the state.
A third of economic activity here is driven by the beaches. If we don't get that fixed, people are going to stop coming. It's going to hurt property values, local businesses, and local government's revenues. So we were able to work with them to get a big project approved at the federal level. And now our job is, now that it's approved and the money's there, is just to get it down here as quickly as possible so they can get going on this project by late this year, early next year.
Now, the Army Corps of Engineers plan to dredge sand from Big Pass, but it's a proposal that's long been opposed by Siesta Key residents, mainly due to concerns that it could affect their shoreline to the south.
New homes are springing up in northern Manatee County, but many of those houses are still miles from gas stations and grocery stores, but that's going to change now. A new shopping center is going up at I-75 and Moccasin Wallow Road. It'll help solve that problem. ABC's Erica Jackson shows us how.
Construction is underway here at the site of the new Gateway Commons Shopping Center. Convenient for locals here, but also making some anxious with how it might change their quiet slice of North Manatee County.
I remember when I first moved here, I'd be walking across tomato fields because they were our customers, and now they're housing developments.
Palmetto resident and business owner Harry Traylor has watched urban sprawl change North Manatee County over the last 3 decades.
You've got all this beautiful area that's being developed, and it seems at times there's no rhyme or reason.
But he does support the latest development, breaking ground near his home.
That's really the goal of community, is to have services nearby the residential neighborhoods.
Publix will anchor a new shopping center on this land right next to I-75. Near a residential road, Traylor says homeowners will often navigate with golf carts, though not for much longer if the new shopping center attracts more cars to Buffalo Road.
As you can see, the pavement, the concrete ends right here for the sidewalk. And as we keep going, we have to go to grass. We're walking through the bushes. You can see where a footpath, more or less, has been started by folks. You can see the sidewalk closed sign, but it's been like this for close to a year.
Traylor says the area is already prone to speeders, sometimes 20 miles per hour above the speed limit. Project developer Primerica Group tells us safety is a priority and has plans to add traffic signals and other safety improvements to Buffalo Road. Traylor says the project will be helpful and convenient, as long as the county makes sure it's safe.
Grocery stores are 8-9 miles away, so it'll be helpful in that respect.
The new shopping center is slated to open in fall 2019. Reporting in Manatee County, Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Well, one man received not one surprise for Father's Day, but 4. The early arrival of his newborn quadruplets. That's right. Florida parents Doug and Michelle welcomed 2 boys, 2 girls, keeping it even, into the world a little earlier than they had expected at 29 weeks and just over 2 tiny pounds each. Now, of course, because they are so tiny, they're going to be in the neonatal unit for a while.
I knew it was going to come this year. I didn't know I'd actually get to celebrate with the babies, because really they're going to be a few weeks after that. But I feel honored that it's already going to happen.
He feels honored and scared and slightly overwhelmed right now. Yeah. The hospital also decided to give them a Father's Day gift. They gave them a month's free supply of much-needed diapers.
That's a good start.
I'm trying to do the math in my head.
Did you wash your hands?
Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
Oh, Incredibles 2 breaks box office records, and of course Jay-Z, Beyonce, they drop a brand new surprise album. We're going to tell you all about it when we come back.
6:09 right now. This is a look outside our studios. Very peaceful shot looking toward the east, the Rosemary District. What's on the menu today, John?
Well, despite the fact that you saw a lot of cloud cover out there, we're not going to see a whole lot of rainfall. A lot of the Gulf water is filled with clouds because of tropical moisture lifting north toward Texas. For us, the lack of rainfall continues to make our fire danger index rise. We're now in the moderate zone in both Manatee and Sarasota counties, and I think that will continue to rise. Pollen count, haven't done that in a while. It's still in the low category across the region, so really not a large problem there. The air quality index, also good. Main particulates, though, are the main pollutant, though, are particulates like little dusts, dirt, smoke, that sort of thing. We're in the moderate zone right now, still not unhealthy. We'll talk about the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
We answered the call of duty and left our homes to serve in far-off lands. Now, we answer another call, this time at home, in our own communities, to respond in times of chaos, to use our strength, our skills, and our experiences to bring hope amid devastation and destruction. Together, as a team of brothers and sisters, we're continuing our mission to make this country a little stronger and a little better each day. We are Team Rubicon.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert Weather Forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
77-degree temperature. We have a relative humidity of 94%. East wind comes in at about 5, and that east wind pushing the sea breeze close to the coast again today, giving us good chances of rainfall near the coast. Not so great in inland areas, or certainly not so heavy as we will see near the coast. 82 degrees by 9 o'clock. By noon, we will have hit the 90-degree mark already. And then as we head into the afternoon, 93 degrees. Most places will not see showers to break the afternoon heat, and feels like temperatures will be up close to 103 degrees or so. And because there's no afternoon showers to break the heat for the most part, we will see those temperatures continuing on in that 90-degree range for an extended period of time today. So it's going to be tough. If you spend the entire day out of doors today, you have a job that demands that, just stay hydrated because it is going to be really warm. 88 degrees by the evening hours with still a lingering 30% chance of showers. Those showers building in inland areas will get stronger and drift to the coastline before moving out into Gulf waters and dissipating. The radar right now pretty quiet across the region. Morning commute should be fine. Got a few showers over on the other coast. That general easterly wind flow evidenced by the motion of those cells. They'll continue to drift across our coast into our area where they'll get a little bit stronger as they get closer to our coastline. Showers back to the west of us producing plentiful, heavy rainfall over the next several days along the Gulf Coast, especially from Louisiana Delta region back toward Brownsville, Texas. That's where the rain could be heaviest. About a 20% chance that there could be some development. Sorry, take that back. About a 10% chance that there could be some development in this area where I've drawn a circle over the course of the next couple of days. I don't think it'll go much beyond a couple of days, though, because by that time it will have moved very close to the coastline of Texas. For us, the influence will be minimal. We'll get a little bit of blow-off cloud cover from some of those thunderstorms out in the western Gulf. A little bit of cloud cover around. Rain shower chances, well, they'll start, but not until later in the day. Not until we get till about 3, 4 o'clock. Then we'll start to see some storms building in inland areas, a few, not many. And then as we head into the evening hours, I think we'll start to see the storms get a little bit bigger as they get closer to the coastline. And our best chance of rain along the coast will probably come anywhere between 4, 5, 6 o'clock up through about 10 o'clock at night, and then dissipate pretty quickly as those showers move out into Gulf waters after midnight and everything quiets down. Wake up tomorrow morning with pretty quiet conditions. Over the course of the next several days, we're going to see a couple of things happen. Firstly, we're going to watch some drier air indicated here by these bluer colors, whereas the hotter colors here, the reds, are wetter. Redder is wetter on this map. Watch that deep moisture lift up toward Texas and Louisiana as the dry air kind of moves into the state of Florida, aloft, where you need it to produce rainfall. So our rain chances go down as the dry air moves in. That's condition number one. Condition number two is that a big ridge of high pressure will sink southward, and as it does that, our winds will shift from easterly direction to a westerly direction, pushing most of the showers and thunderstorms toward the other coast, making our rain chances go down further. East wind comes in at about 10 knots, shifting to the north, shifting eventually to the west. We'll look for 93 as our high today, 92 tomorrow and the day after. Summer, first day of summer comes Thursday, and it'll feel like it. Daytime high temperatures stay in the 90s right through the period. Maybe our rain chances go up a little bit in time for the weekend. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside for your first alert traffic. We're starting to see some of those typical delays that we normally see coming over the bridges and into downtown Bradenton right around this time is normal. 301 State Road 70, starting to see some delays and congestion in that intersection area as well in Manatee County. Then in Sarasota County, those roads aren't running too bad. Just a couple of our hot spots that are a little bit busier than normal. Right as you get off of 75, there's a little delay right there on both Clark and Bee Ridge. Just a little bit of a slowdown, but nothing big. Now, if you're headed south into the area, there is one spot that we want to tell you about right there on 75. As you can see, there's an accident in the northbound lane of 75 right there at exit 193, which is Jacaranda Boulevard. It is 6:18, and that is your first alert traffic. Well, The Incredibles 2 has made box office history, and surprise, Ray, Jay-Z and Beyonce drop a new joint album.
All right, ABC's Christopher Watson has our Hollywood Minute.
Incredibles 2 demolished the domestic opening record for an animated feature. $180 million. That's $45 million more than the previous record holder, 2016's Finding Dory. It's also the 8th biggest domestic opening for any film ever. Beyonce and Jay-Z surprised everyone over the weekend by releasing their long-awaited joint album. Titled Everything Is Love, the 9-track project is credited to the Carters. Sean Carter, of course, is Jay-Z's birth name. Also out is a video for one of the tracks, shot in the Louvre Museum in Paris. For now, Everything Is Love is available only on Jay-Z's Tidal streaming service. When I look into your Congratulations to Scotty McCreery. The country star said I do over the weekend to his girlfriend of 6 years, Gabby Dougal. Happy birthday Monday to music legend Sir Paul McCartney. He's 76. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Christopher Watson, ABC News.
All right. Well, happening tonight, comedian Tiffany Haddish is pulling double duty at the MTV Movie and TV Awards. She's hosting the ceremony and also hoping for a win as a nominee for her role in the comedy Girls Trip. The MTV Movie and TV Awards are going to air tonight at 8 o'clock, of course, on MTV.
6:19, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
President Trump is headed to Capitol Hill this week ahead of a vote on immigration policy. We're going to tell you what's up for debate when we come back.
Should be a hot one today, high of 93 degrees. There's a live shot right now looking out at Sarasota. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast on ABC 7.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
You are like no other. So why should your choices be ordinary? Ghibli, the absolute opposite of ordinary.
Experience it at Sunset Maserati Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I'd been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small. So Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
Pretty shot there of your U.S. Capitol, Washington, D.C. 74 degrees in D.C. They'll have a hot one as well. So we'll have a 93 high today in the Suncoast. 6:23 on Good Morning Suncoast.
And some scary moments for tourists in northwest China. Check this out. At least 9 visitors to a mountain resort were injured when a ceiling decoration collapsed onto an escalator. People jumped in to try and help rescue some of the victims that were trapped underneath all that debris. Several had to be taken to the hospital.
Wow.
Well, switching gears, coming back home, President Trump is headed to Capitol Hill to tackle immigration proposals coming up for a vote this week.
ABC's Diane Macedo has our preview.
In this morning's GMA First Look, outrage over the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy for undocumented immigrants and asylum seekers is growing. From New Jersey, where 7 congressmen demanded entry into this detention center, to the U.S.-Mexican border, protesters marching by the hundreds outside a facility near El Paso. And farther south in McAllen, where more than 1,000 detainees, men, women, and children, are being held temporarily, in these images released by the Department of Homeland Security, you can see the sprawling array of fenced-in cells and bare floors.
I just don't think that this should be happening, and something has to be done.
And coming at 7 a.m., we'll have full live coverage and the latest response from the White House. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ryan Smith, ABC News, New York.
Bottom line is, moms love that Land O'Frost premium sliced meats have no byproducts.
Baloney!
Let's join the call.
Hey, Baloney here.
I thought this was a no byproducts call.
Land O'Frost Premium, a slice above.
What if the vacuum head was reborn? Shark has added a rotating soft brush. So while deep cleaning carpets, you can also grab large particles, pull in piles, and directly engage floors. Duo Clean, invented by Shark.
Nothing beats the comforts of home. Introducing new Scott Comfort Plus. It's 3 times stronger for unbeatable comfort. It's how Scott Comfort Plus families keep life rolling.
Just 7 days of Osteo Biflex has given Karen a drug-free way to improve her joint comfort, leading to high levels of discomfort in her daughter. Osteo Biflex, a drug-free way to improve joint comfort. Now, try new topical cream.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
That is a pretty good breakfast. You're not even eating.
Not hungry.
No? Why not? What's up?
Kath and I knew that Jenny'd been partying a bit. Found out she tried heroin.
Most people don't know what to say about drugs, but we do. Visit us at drugfree.org.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't do dialysis, if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
Then Chris received a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
Imagine what you could make possible. Learn more and sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
Everybody can make something, because I think everyone has a spark of creativity, and the reason that I have to keep making is because I don't think my life would be as fulfilling without it. If you make things yourself, that means you're not cowering in fear. You're out there taking chances. That, I think, is my way of saying I love you to the world. All right, now I want to hear why you make.
Share your own Why I Make story today. Visit whyimake.org.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live. I live. I live. She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
You're watching Good Morning Suncoast at 6:30.
Former First Lady Laura Bush weighing in on the Trump administration's immigration policy.
A deadly earthquake rocks Japan's second biggest city during the busy morning rush hour. We'll tell you what happened.
And a Suncoast native is a co-writer of a big movie at the box office right now. We'll tell you just which one. We have those stories, plus your steamy First Alert forecast. Good morning, Suncoast starts right now. All right, thanks for joining us. It is 6:29. I'm Stephanie Webb.
I'm Ray Collins. Not even summer officially yet, but high of 93 today, huh, John?
Yes, indeed. Hit 94 yesterday, and in fact, the record today is 100, so it can get awfully warm, but we're not going to get quite that hot. We'll get up to about 93, which will be about 5 degrees above where we normally would be. And really, 5 degrees for a peninsula is a lot, considering the moderating influence of Gulf and Atlantic waters usually on our temperatures. Still, it'll be a warm afternoon with feels like of about 100. A lot of rainfall back to the west. We don't get any of that. We stay dry. In fact, we're going to get drier as we head into the week ahead. 77 Myakka, Bradenton at 77, so Sarasota, Venice at 78, Inglewood coming in at 79. It won't be long before we hit that 90-degree mark today either. Probably around noontime, you'll start to see the temperatures hit the 90 mark most everywhere. And then as we head into the afternoon, top it out at about 93. Only about a 30% chance of showers today. That right along the immediate coastline. And then the rain chances go down from there. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right, it's a deal. Talk to you then, John. Here's our live camera right now out at I-75 and Bee Ridge Road. Plenty of activity going on there as we watch the eastbound traffic going on. Let's check the maps right now. We'll first off find out the scene in Manatee County. Some buildup there on 301 northbound as you head towards State Road 70, also 70 in both directions. Some issues there. Farther south now into the northern half of Sarasota County. Nothing in the red besides one little blip there near Fruitville as you head toward 41. Otherwise clear. And then our final map for the south. We have since cleared up the earlier issue. There was a problem there at Jacaranda in 75. An accident has since cleared up. All clear at 6:31 on your Monday morning. New this morning, the administration's zero tolerance policy toward illegal border crossings causing some new debate. When parents are detained for breaking the law, sometimes children are separated. This has been the case there for years. But as reporter Melissa Rainey tells us, debate is now growing.
He just doesn't care enough about human beings, and all he cares about is trying to get a wall no matter what it costs.
Democratic lawmakers not mincing words about President Trump after touring Customs and Border Protection processing centers in South Texas on Sunday.
The president is also arguing in the last few days that this policy gives him political leverage with legislation. Hurting kids to get legislative leverage is unacceptable. It is evil.
Customs and Border Protection released these photos Sunday of the detention facility in McAllen, Texas. The media was able to tour the facility but barred from shooting any pictures or video due to what customs officials cited as privacy concerns. Congress members who saw inside compared it to a prison.
You don't think a child who is in this facility, who has a 6x10 living area, by the way, a Supermax prison cell is 8x12, it's a 6x10 area, and you get out 2 hours a day. That, to I think a child 10 years old, is a prison.
Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen took to Twitter late Sunday denying any policy of separating families at the border, saying, "We have continued the policy from previous administrations and will only separate if the child is in danger, there is no custodial relationship between family members, or if the adult has broken a law." The White House says the goal of the border policy is to deter illegal border crossings. One of those alleged crossings turning deadly Sunday. Authorities in Texas say a vehicle packed with undocumented immigrants flipped near the Mexico border after being chased by the Border Patrol, ejecting 12 people and killing at least 5. I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
And later today, House Leader Nancy Pelosi plans to visit the border today.
Well, reaction this morning from former First Lady Laura Bush, who wrote a column in the Washington Post addressing immigration policy, specifically the separation of families at the U.S.-Mexico border. Now, in it, she calls the practice both cruel and immoral. She also posed a question, quote, in 2018, can we not, as a nation, find a kinder, more compassionate, and more moral answer to the current crisis?
New this morning, a 5.9 magnitude earthquake has shook Japan's second largest city. So far, 3 dead, more than 200 injured. This is in Osaka. It happened during the busy morning rush, grounding subways and also air travel. Scientists say there's no concern, though, of a tsunami. This is a developing story. We'll keep you updated as more information becomes available to us.
Well, here's a unique way to remember a loved one and help save the reefs in the process. Over the weekends, family made these memorial reefs, mixing their loved ones' ashes into concrete. 3 veterans that were memorialized here also received military honors. The CEO of Eternal Reefs says not only is this a unique way to be remembered, it's also a way to give back.
When people start to see what these reef balls as artificial reefs in the ocean do in terms of creating new habitat for fish and other sea life, it really is very quickly, it becomes just an entire environmental contribution. It really makes a meaningful end to a life or beginning to a new life.
Almost 200 people gathered for the memorial, and then later on this morning, families are going to head out to see the final reefs lowered into the water.
An 11-year-old Sarasota boy and his father had a Father's Day weekend they will never forget. The pair caught a Burmese python in the Everglades. Watch this. This is a giant python.
Okay, I see its head. I see its head. Oh my God, its head. I can't even see its head anymore. It's completely. Oh my God, guys.
Here, hold 2 lights.
Guys, look at that beast. Oh, yeah.
He's a future scientist. Thomas Peltier and his son from Sarasota took a 3-day trip to the Everglades for an invasive python hunt. Pythons are considered an invasive predator and a threat to native animals. If you'd like to see more of this video or see it again, check out our website. It's mysuncoast.com.
Well, Ray, I thought it was pretty cool when my grandma once had to shoot a rattlesnake to protect us, but this Meemaw tops even that. A Georgia grandmother says she sprung into action after a rabid bobcat attacked her right outside of her house. Dee Dee Phillips was putting a sticker on her new truck when she saw this bobcat staring at her. Within seconds, it attacked.
As soon as it took the first step, I was in trouble and I knew it. When it got to that pole, it leaped on me. I grabbed him by the shoulders and pushed him back away from me. And I took it down right here.
That's right. Phillips managed to get her hands around the bobcat. She killed it with her bare hands, Ray. Says if she didn't kill it, it would have killed her. She now has to get some really painful shots to, of course, avoid getting rabies. Well, it's a big win for the preservation of land here in the state. A judge ruled in favor of environmentalists, saying that lawmakers did not follow the wishes of voters when they spent money meant for land purchases elsewhere. Now, back in 2014, the majority of voters here supported an amendment to spend roughly $1 billion a year buying up land just to preserve it. But when it seemed that that money was being spent on other things, several environmental groups sued, and the ruling came before the trial was set to start in July.
Efforts to restore shellfish to Sarasota Bay are now underway. Sarasota Bay Watch and Moat Marine are working together to release nearly, get this, 30,000 clams into Sarasota Bay. This comes thanks to efforts to improve the bay's water quality, something that the commissioner of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says is a concern in a lot of the state's waterways.
We try to improve Florida's habitat as a whole. We have challenges associated with overfishing, commercial use of our wonderful resources, and we also have water quality issues. This addresses all 3 of those.
Environmentalists say this release should also help with future outbreaks of red tide.
Well, a Suncoast native has a new film in theaters right now. Rob McKittrick, a Florida native who grew up in Bradenton, is the co-writer of the comedy Tag that's in theaters. The real-life story of a group of friends who play a month-long game of tag every year. McKittrick is also most famous for Waiting, a 2005 movie based off his real-life experiences waiting tables in Florida, a film he not only wrote but directed as well.
After several recent bicycle deaths in and around Venice, the city is looking to do more to keep bicyclists safe there. Florida is #1 in the nation when it comes to fatalities for bicyclists. During a recent city council meeting, a call to action for building wider sidewalks for pedestrians and bicyclists. So next step now is a meeting with the Sarasota-Manatee Metropolitan Planning Organization. That should come in the next few weeks.
Well, should college campuses be used as early voting sites? The answer to that is no, at least according to a recent lawsuit. The League of Women Voters and several college students sued the Secretary of State in federal court. They say that having early voting sites on campus would bring about a higher turnout of young voters.
They may not have a way to get to an early voting place
They might not have a car. It might be way out of the way. We want to encourage our young people to engage in the civic process.
Attorneys argue that the suit belongs in state court. They also asked a U.S. judge to place a stay on the lawsuit or even completely dismiss it. Well, still to come on Good Morning Suncoast.
A look at the results from Gotcha Day, Pet Adoption Day they had. You can see if you can still adopt pets for this event. Coming up right here on Good Morning Suncoast. Here's a pretty shot of your Statue of Liberty out there at Ellis Island. Beautiful shot there, probably hot there because it's hot here as well, John Scalzi.
Indeed it is. We are looking at temperatures that today will probably climb up to about the 90-degree mark. Not much in the way of any kind of radar echoes across the region currently, but I think as we head into the lunchtime hour, we'll see our temperatures hit the 90 mark, and we'll probably top it out in the lower 90s with feels like temperatures up about 100. Complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease a new Subaru Impreza today for just $155 a month. Or get 0% financing with zero down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system can make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now SoClean.com has released the world's first and only automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
My health has improved. It's simple to use, and I'm not worried about infections.
SoClean works on all CPAP machines and popular masks, destroying CPAP bacteria, viruses, and germs without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and in just minutes, voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
So we're looking at an air temperature coming in at 77 degrees. We have 94% relative humidity already and an east wind at 5. That east wind helping to keep our sea breeze close to the coastline today, so there won't be a great cooling effect from the sea breeze. And the shower chance that we have will be maximized near the coast. Inland, you probably won't see too much in the way of any kind of appreciable rainfall amounts. Dawn beginning to break on the Suncoast. We're looking at some pretty nice conditions as we head through 9 o'clock. We'll be up to about 82. But with all the sunshine around, we'll hit 91 degrees, I think, by around 12 noon. And then the rain chances will start to kick in. First in inland areas at about 30% chance. Again, that's going to be for mostly light rain. Then closer to the coastline as we head into the evening, 30% chance there as well, but heavier rain showers possible. And probably the best chance of rainfall will be from about Sarasota southward to the mouth of Charlotte Harbor. Across our region right now, everything's pretty quiet. Don't see a whole lot of activity here. We have more activity over on the other coast thanks to that easterly wind flow, kicking a few showers back toward the coastline. Again, here, nothing very heavy. This pattern will reverse itself, I think, as we head into this week, and we'll start to see the chance of these onshore early morning showers on our coast as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. Right now, it's the east coast that gets those morning rains. Showers heavy across the Gulf waters from Brownsville, Texas, all the way to the Louisiana Delta. That'll be the case because of this area of disturbed weather heading in that direction. Hurricane Center gives it about a 10%. That's it. Chance of any kind of development, so probably not going to happen. That will, however, produce some fairly heavy rainfall chances across that region, and we'll continue to watch those rainfall chances increase to perhaps include some 10-inch rainfalls in places around areas of the central and northern Texas coastline toward the Louisiana Delta region particularly. Also, Mexico has a pretty good chance of seeing some heavier rain as rain and moisture climbs from Gulf waters up the sides of more mountainous regions. We're looking at a big ridge of high pressure again today to the north, nosing in across the state of Florida, producing this easterly wind flow. When you have that kind of an easterly wind, it tends to take our sea breeze, which starts in the afternoon, and push it very close to the coastline, not allowing it to move far inland. That scenario flips as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday particularly. High pressure sinks further to the south, and our winds begin to respond by turning to a more westerly direction. This is the kind of flow pattern that we had to start the week off last week, and what it does is encourage the formation of a few scattered showers near the coast in the morning, and then push those showers into well inland regions by afternoon, even focusing the rainfall chances across the peninsula on the other coast, not our coast. So that, combined with the fact that we have some drier air moving in, really does reduce our rain chances this week. Warm and humid again today, a few storms possible, mostly near our coastline, and then drier this week as we see that wind shift pushing the showers toward the other coast. Also, some drier air moving in. East wind turns northwest at about 10 knots, becoming 10 knots through the evening hours. We'll look for a light chop with just 2-foot seas. Forecast calls for 10:32 low tide, high tide 4:09, and another low tide at midnight at 12:48. So here's your forecast. We're looking at 93 degrees, the air temperature, 30% chance today, tomorrow. Next day, we start to reduce our rain chances down to about 20%. Daytime high temperatures stay warm, up around 92. And then as we head into Thursday, the first day of summer, and that will be a warm one as well, with 90s for the rest of the work week, it looks like. It won't be until the weekend when we'll start to boost our rain chances up a little bit, but even then, it'll be just a minimal boost up to about 30%. Back to you.
All right, thanks, John. Let's take a look outside to your first alert traffic. Yeah, it's pretty typical around this time in the morning. Starting to see a few more delays in there. A little bit more red on the map, especially around the bridges if you're coming from Ellington, Palmetto area, over the bridges and into Bradenton. Quite a few slowdowns and delays right in that area. Getting a little log jammed. 301 State Road 70, quite a few delays in that area too. Then also if you're coming off of 75 in Sarasota County onto Fruitville Road, those areas are also running a little bit slower than normal this morning. And then hang a little bit farther south into the area. Not too bad if you're headed toward Northport, if you're headed toward Port Charlotte or Punta Gorda. Both 75 and 41 running pretty smooth. Just a little bit of a glitch there right before Venice, but other than that, not too much to see in your first alert traffic this morning. Well, happening today with School Avenue being closed around Sarasota High School, the district is looking for ideas to improve walking and bike paths around the school itself. Now, if you want to weigh in, they're holding a meeting later on today in the school's cafeteria from 6 until 8.
An annual program to promote animal adoptions brought in nice results over the weekend. Manatee County Animal Services had a thing called Gotcha Day, where they offered discounts on adoptions. On Saturday alone, 15 pets went out the door to new owners. A spokesman says it's not just quantity, also they want quality matches. New pet owners must understand the commitment they are making. There will be another discount event in 6 weeks. Several area shelters are taking part in a Adopt-a-Palooza event August 4th at the Bradenton Area Convention Center in Palmetto. Your chance for a new friend. Still ahead, we'll update today's top 7 headlines before 7 a.m.
Of course, and that includes one last look at your sweaty first alert forecast, as well as another look at your morning commute.
There's a peek outside our window, pretty skyline there. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota for big savings on new Ram trucks. The Ram 1500 has been named a Consumer Guide Best Buy for 6 years in a row. Get an all-new redesigned 2018 Ram 1500 for as little as $21,499. Or save big and get up to $13,000 off a new Ram Bighorn Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota.
Hurricane season is here, and so is the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. This essential resource arms you with vital information you need to protect your family and property when severe weather threatens the Suncoast, including how to create your readiness plan and survival kit, shelter locations, what to do with pets, and important phone numbers. Visit mysuncoast.com and download the official Suncoast Hurricane Guide from ABC 7. Brought to you by Batteries Plus, the Florida Lottery, and Sarasota Glass and Mirror.
So I kind of grew up all across the country. I come from 5 generations of military men. My dad is still active duty. My grandpa is retired Marines. I like going for runs with my dog. I love, taking her out to the dog beach over in Venice. There are so many things here to do on the Suncoast. My goal every day when I come into work at ABC 7 is to tell your stories, give you that major local news and those details that you really care about. I'm Jacqueline Matter, and I'm here for you.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Northland Outdoors is about so much more than the biggest fish or the hottest hunting spots. All across the Northland, there are amazing people with incredible stories to tell. We're going to find those stories and share them with everyone.
Join us each and every week as we explore the Northland and experience some of the most exciting outdoor adventures in the country right here in our own backyard. This is Northland Outdoors.
Coming up on Good Morning America today, an ABC News exclusive, one of the women thrown from that roller coaster in Daytona Beach telling her story this morning, how that accident has changed her life. But first, it is 6:52, and here is your top 7 before 7.
First off, John Scalzi's First Alert Forecast.
Well, as you head out the door this morning, be sure and take your sunglasses and umbrella with you. You might need them both. If you live near the coastline, those showers will start later in the afternoon and early in the evening. It'll be warm and humid most of the day with feels-like temperatures cracking the 100 mark again this afternoon. But late-day chances for mostly coastal storms is in the forecast. Right now, as you head out the door, 77 degrees. Don't forget, take us with you on the First Alert weather app. You can track those showers on the radar. Plus, updates always at mysuncoast.com and Facebook and Twitter. Back to you.
Thank you, John. Number 2, checking the roads. Nothing major right now. Manatee County westbound on Manatee Avenue West. Some small delays there as you head toward the beaches. Also, State Road 70 westbound around 301. Checking the northern half of Sarasota County. We'll find out if there's any delays in that section of our region. As we check the delays, there we go. A little problem there on 41 as you cross along the bayfront and get up to Fruitville, otherwise pretty clear. And then checking our final map for the south, problem there on 41 northbound from Nokomis as you head toward the 681 bypass.
And number 3, the Trump administration's zero-tolerance policy toward illegal boarding crossings has ignited debate all across the country. Lawmakers are voicing their anger over families being separated when trying to cross the U.S.-Mexico border illegally.
Number 4, happening this morning at 8 a.m. locally, families who took part in creating an eternal memorial reef ball for a departed loved one will be going out to sea this morning. They'll go out to the Silvertooth Reef, 25 miles off Sarasota County, to watch as their loved one's memorial reef ball is lowered to its final placement.
Number 5, a deadly earthquake has rocked the city of Osaka, Japan. So far, 3 have been confirmed dead, more than 200 others injured.
Number 6, a Suncoast man has a major film in theaters right now. Rob McKittrick grew up in Bradenton, and he is the co-writer of a film called Tag. He is most famous for his work on a film called Waiting, back in 2005, in which he wrote and directed.
And number 7, on average, we tend to check our smartphones about 33 times a day. Now a digital detox specialist, that's a new job, so she's found a way to help people break their smartphone addiction. She calls it her 150 rule, actually. She said, you guys, you should only have 150 social media contacts in total. So declutter all the apps also on your phone, like once a month, go through and like clean everything out that you're not using so your phone doesn't seem so busy. Just use one phone at home at night, like put the other ones away, and then also for families have a one screen rule in effect. So if you're watching a movie, that's the only screen that you can use at that time. That's going to help make your smartphone addiction.
Yeah.
You
put your phone down.
Did you say
Yes.
I don't.
only one phone?
Yeah, just use
How
like
many
one
phones
phone.
do people have?
No, I mean like if you have a phone and like your wife's phone,
Oh, I see.
like so you would put your phone down and just use your wife's phone, like if you guys need to make a phone call or anything like that.
Oh, really? I'm not sure about that.
Yes. Yeah, and then bring down like yours, like from Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and Snapchat and WhatsApp, just 150 people, and those are the people that you should have meaningful relationships with.
Like 150 friends?
Yeah, that's it. That's the most. That's gonna be difficult for you, Mr. Scalzi.
Well, that would not fly in the media business.
No, we have to break that rule.
3,000 this far.
We got to make some calls, so we got to go now.
Slight addiction over here.
Right, we got some
Here's
problems.
a shot of I-75 and Bee Ridge Road as traffic begins out there. You're watching Good Morning Suncoast right here on ABC 7.